So, gesetzliche Kollegen, weiter geht's mit Avowed. Das Dorf wird angegriffen und wir müssen schnell dahin, um zu gucken, wen wir noch so weit retten können. Alright.
Mine now.
Never had a chance. Another soldier.
That was a close one. moment of your time, if you please. From one adherent to another. I go where the Inquisitor commands. So, did you enjoy our little bonfire? Inquisitor Ludwig was pleased with our efficiency.
You irredeemable fucking swine!
Keep her on a tight leash. No need. One might argue they brought it on them. Believe it or not, the Steel Garrote owe you an apology on behalf of Inquisitor Ludwig.
Bring us her severed head and I'll consider it.
That temperament of yours is exactly the problem. Our attack came together in haste. You should have been... Doesn't it? One way or another, your messy Verno was always going to burn. Weak government, chaotic farming, dangerous...
What right do you have to cast judgment?
As the future caretakers of the living lands, we do only what is necessary. Fjord Messiverno's reliance on animancy and stubborn individualism has done nothing but drag the living lands down with them. Ludwig's the one you need to convince. Look, if Heelgard cannot maintain a grip... You see, the Steel Garrote answer to the burned queen, not your floundering empire. And we will break from Adir, if that's what it takes. Quite the opposite. The Steel Garrote bring reason to a frontier gone mad. Inquisitor Ludwig sees something in you, envoy. She wants to cultivate your potential, as she did mine. You don't want to get between her and the fate of the living. Our grasp on this island is going to tighten, even if it costs us allies along the way. What you do with this information is up to you. Either way, Emerald Stair is just the beginning. Not quite. Before I let you go, a little bird sang in my...
You don't have to answer that.
Of course, that would have been...
You didn't.
I took the liberty
Mir das
of
Gefühl,
moving
dass wir gleich
them.
in Kampf gegen die geraten.
It's a shame, really. That's a matter of perspective. Ludwig is keeping her dark impulses in check. When you arrive in Shatterscarp, give this letter to Temerity. Compliments. No need to keep you any longer. Let's hope our next...
Nein.
You know, there's a depraved part of...
Let's make this a battle to remember.
Sorry it'll be over so quickly then.
Du kannst einfach die ganze Stadt mit Unschuldigen abschlachten. Es tut mir leid, nein. So, du wirst gleich bereuen. Alter! Geht man ja gar nicht. Hallo, wa? So. Scheiß Heiler, gehen wir gerade so auf die Eier. Halt die doch gerade wieder. Doch, wie viele Heiler sind hier gerade? Das nervt mich gerade.
Coming from the rear.
Nee, jetzt komm jetzt! Lass mich vorbei! Mein Gott, ey! Komm jetzt!
Not looking good. Next one's mine.
You came to Emerald Stair looking for answers. And now we're leaving with more questions. How do we fight the Dream Scourge? Not to mention... I'm glad you think so. Because right now you're the only Adairan who... I will not forget Fiorma Siverna. Everything it was, and everything it could have been.
So on top of the Dream Scourge rotting your fields and turning kith and beast alike into monsters, now we've got a Death Guard Inquisitor and the Steel Garrote dogging our steps. Do you think Ludwig will try something similar in Thirdborn? Thirdborn's a rugged place that attracts rugged people. Lots of Rawatayans, scramble routes with no prospects back home, washouts from military or mercenary life, sailors in search of steady ground. Add to that a motley assortment of pirates, free spirits, and people who like living under the loosest grasp of the law, and you've got Thirdborn. But rumor has it something's amiss in Shatterscarp. Strange dreams, disappearances, people wandering into the desert and never returning, or coming back, changed. That's what I'm afraid of.
At least that tells us we're on the right track. This Dream Scourge is one of the weirdest things I've ever tried to hunt. Right. The garden. Sure.
Everything we learned in Naku Tadek points us to the garden. Thirdborn is just a stepping stone. But we don't know anything about the garden. It could be a myth, or a metaphor. Whatever the garden is or isn't, it's our only lead.
Gods are never forthcoming with useful...
Yatsli is a master of the unknown and the unknowable. No mystery eludes her for long. If there is a path to the garden, Yatsli can lead us to it. I'd follow her anywhere.
Or maybe that god poking around your soul could give us directions.
Ask for directions. Why didn't I think of that? Kai, that's brilliant. Whatever Sapadal tells us will be filtered through a lot of metaphysical noise, but it couldn't hurt to try.
Ja.
This is so... Sapadal? It's Giada. Giada Castel. If you're listening, could you please tell us more about the garden?
Castel. Why does this name sing to us? A voice through murky water. The garden stifles the notes we cannot reach. The branches bind.
Did you get anything? In other words, nothing we didn't already know. Well, at least we tried. Clearly your link to Sapadal isn't as strong as it was in Tadek, but I'll take it over nothing. Good thinking. We don't want to push the limits of your spiritual endurance.
So let me see if I got this straight. We're looking for the garden, which might not exist. Our best lead is Yatsley, an eccentric scholar who's gone ahead to Thirdborn, where the Dream Scourge may be ravaging.
Don't look at me. I was fine going back to Paradise.
Anything. Listen, I hate to ask this, but while we're in Shatterscarp, there's an old battlefield near... Tama lost his badge there. Thanks.
Takes courage to go back for some...
Get some rest. Sleep is good. Maybe this doesn't need to be said, but I don't blame you for what happened to Fiorme Siverno. You aren't responsible. I'll get the bastards who did that.
Alright.
Let's get somewhere.
Gut, meine Freunde, hier machen wir gleich weiter. Ich muss nur kurz auf Toilette. Bis gleich. So, da bin ich wieder.
We have a long day ahead of us.
We should talk. Fior Messiverno was the pride of 2 generations. And now, nothing but ashes and embers. My home, my lab, my parents. It feels as if I lost them all over again. Don't be. I have enough grief for the both of us. I keep asking myself, how could I have missed this? How could I not have known an attack was coming? We were all so occupied with the Dream Scourge, we missed the enemy on our doorstep. No matter where Animancers go, someone is always trying to kill us. Nothing enrages the gods more than mortals in pursuit of knowledge. I can't blame you for growing up with a head full of Adiran propaganda. But it's time to form your own opinions. Listen to me. A failed Animancer lashing out at everything in reach. Even with all the tools at my disposal. I couldn't stop the Dream Scourge. And I couldn't save my people. How do I live up to my family's example when I can't even help myself? I wish I could. But that legacy is a debt I can never pay off. My parents died pursuing a better future for Animancers. I can't let their sacrifice be for nothing. And right now, that's all it is. I have some pondering to do. Let me know if there's anything else. Anything in particular? What do you want to know? Now that you mention it, I did try and awaken my soul to become fully aware of my past lives. Every Animancer tries and fails. It's practically a rite of passage. So, one evening, I crept into the workshop and cobbled an invention together from spare parts. Amateur work. Then I turned it on. Big mistake. The next thing I knew, it was morning. I was floating in the fountain, and my head was pounding like a drum.
You don't need animancy for that. Just rum and a crew on shore leave.
That answers a lot of questions, honestly.
Sometimes I wonder, what if it actually worked? What if all of this happened before, and I'm just reliving the events of a past life? I try not to think about it too much. I suppose you deserve to know, after what I put you through. My mother wanted to expand Fior's agriculture. Feeding Emerald Stair wasn't ambitious enough. She wanted to feed the world. She thought she could break the wilderness, using animancy as the whip. Turn the living lands into a garden. Anything's possible, but there are significant problems to overcome. After my father put the finishing touches on the phantasmal focus, she was impatient to get started. After all, whoever controls the spirit of the living lands has nature in the palm of their hand. Indeed, a world run by animancy. Emerald Stair was just the beginning to her. My father thought she was brilliant. Others thought she was mad. I think she was a victim of her own ambition. She wanted so much, and there was so little time to achieve it. Theoretically, her plan should have worked. But the living lands had other ideas. When she used the phantasmal focus, theory collided with reality. Everything went wrong. It's just a tool. Even a wool scarf is dangerous in the wrong hands. Besides, studying a pillar of Adra is not the same as prying apart the fabric of the living lands. My mother learned that the hard way. I can't rule anything out, but I suspect the Dream Scourge had something to do with it. It lives in the essence of the living lands, corrupting whatever it touches. And if I'm right, that means it's been here a long time, or the forces behind it. No. To my knowledge, the accident was no everyday occurrence. But neither was the experiment. My mother transgressed on nature, on existence. Still, I don't understand what went wrong. When I do, then I can finish her work. I was 17. That makes it... Gods, has it been 13 years already? After they died, I wouldn't go near a lab. It was ages before Quilici got me to crack open a book. I have a lot of catching up to do in my studies. Need to make up for lost time. That's all I care to say for now. At least, about this topic. I thought my family's research could help Emerald Stare. That it could banish the Dream Scourge from our lands. Of course, Vidaro wouldn't even give me a chance. He was afraid of history repeating itself. Still, I'm hopeful. This legacy of mine could change Animancy as we know it. And something tells me I'm close to a breakthrough. Closer than my mother ever got. I hardly think your Emperor would approve. Good thing he's on the other side of the world. No Animancer has engineered an ecosystem before. Maybe, with a little luck, I could be the first. Ah, a simple question with a very complicated answer. The device is attuned to the spiritual energy of the living lands, much like a compass to magnetic north. But essence is chaotic by nature. As you saw with your own eyes, imposing order on chaos is not without risk. Indeed. Don't get me wrong, this invention is a small miracle, but it isn't enough. The phantasmal focus was supposed to be the start of something grand. One lever of a device that exists only in theory. Perhaps it should remain that way. You know me, always ready with an answer. What are you so curious about? Well, my future is in shambles. Oh, and my home burned down. Apart from that, fine. Truthfully, I'm a bit lost. Leaving Fior Messiverno was supposed to be liberating. We've seen and done incredible things, but I'm no closer to finishing my family's work. What I'm up against is much bigger than either of us. Through Animancy, I can harness the wild essence of the living lands and put it to good use. But what if I tried, only to have it lash out and destroy me? I'd be no better off than my parents. The Dream Scourge is infecting our Adra, holding back my work. Until I understand it, until I can control it, I can't do anything. I'm useless. I'm... nothing. I hope you're right. I really do. Quilici always told me to slow down, to stop and appreciate the land I'm trying so hard to fix. But how can I slow down when I only have one lifetime to get this right? I'll find answers in the garden. For better or worse. Go on then. I'm listening. If I must. I can't believe it. My city. It's all gone.
It's never easy leaving home.
Is no death here?
Listen to look here.
Okay. Hier machen wir dann im nächsten Part weiter. Ich bedanke mich vielmals fürs Zusehen. Like und abonnieren, meine Freunde, wenn es euch gefallen hat. Es sei das wäre nicht. Ansonsten sehen wir uns im nächsten Video. Halt die Ohren steif, euer Light Darkness. Bis dann, haut rein, ciao.